4 years after admitting to the murder of neighbor and fellow Mercer law student Lauren Giddings, Stephen McDaniel will soon get another day in court to explain why he believes he should get a new trial. He recently filed a habeas corpus petition saying his constitutional rights were violated.
Caitlin Heck investigates what would happen if a judge grants McDaniel's request for a new trial and how often petitions like this are successful in Georgia.
Even if Stephen McDaniel had been found guilty, we never would have known exactly what happened to Lauren. We never would have known how she died or what became of her body.
District Attorney David Cook made those comments in April 2014 after Stephen McDaniel confessed to killing Lauren Giddings. As part of a plea deal, McDaniel wrote a detailed description of the night that she died and the days that followed. That came nearly 3 years after police found part of her body in a trash can outside the apartment building where they both lived. But this year, McDaniel filed a habeas corpus petition saying he should be given a new trial.
Part of the strength and the benefit of a guilty plea too is that the assurance that it's very unlikely to be undone.
Unlikely, but possible. A habeas corpus petition is almost like a Hail Mary pass for inmates who have exhausted all other avenues of appeal. Cook says that is especially true in a case like this.
He said he was knowingly and voluntarily waiving his rights and pleading guilty. We had a good judge on the case, and he had competent counsel who knew what they were doing. This wasn't the first rodeo for anybody there.
But if the judge overseeing the case does allow his request,
if it is, we'll be ready for trial.
Cook says the case would pick up exactly where it left off before McDaniel's confession, with the same evidence and witnesses they intended to present 4 years ago. After McDaniel filed the habeas, his former attorney Frank Hogue also told me it's unlikely a judge will grant the request. He also said most habeas petitions are unsuccessful. So I went through the numbers to find out how true that is. According to the state attorney general's office, who handles habeas cases, Georgia's averaged around 800 cases filed each year since 2015. Roughly 650 of those are state cases like McDaniel's. The rest are federal. Now, of those state cases, only about 10 are granted. The attorney general's office says they're usually successful at appealing around 3/4 of those, bringing the average to just 3 overturned convictions out of those 650 state habeas requests. Statistics aside, McDaniel will get a hearing before a Richmond County judge, but this time, innocent until proven guilty doesn't apply. In a habeas case, the burden of proof falls on McDaniel. Caitlin Heck, 13 WMAZ, Eyewitness News.
Now, in the 73-page habeas document, McDaniel writes that the former district attorney gained access to legal documents he requested while in the Bibb County Jail, and prosecutors used that information against him in court. He also calls his legal team ineffective because they did not pursue that and other issues. You can find the full document on 13WMAZ.com.